help end the stigma. On the news this evening, chaos at PDP Secretariat as supporters clash over National Secretary seat. Police arrest 2 suspected child traffickers in Rivers State. Expert warns federal government rice sales won't solve food crisis. Nigeria airline to suspend domestic flight operations over landing mishap in Kano State. And on the foreign scene, Congolese president snubs peace talks over Goma crisis. I'm Sam Chinedu, and the news continues after the break. Welcome back. The acting PDP national chairman, Umar Damagum, has blamed party leaders for the worsening ongoing crisis within the party. Speaking today at a meeting of the Board of Trustees, BOT, at the party's national secretariat in Abuja, Mr. Damagum cautioned PDP leaders against prioritizing their ambitions over the party's unity. He accused party leaders of bypassing his authority by engaging members of the National Working Committee, NWC, without his knowledge. He said he will do everything possible to ensure the National Executive Committee (NEC) meeting is held in February. Earlier, a fight broke out at the PDP headquarters where the party's BOT meeting was being held. The altercation began when Sunday Ude Okoye, a party chieftain, was denied access to the meeting. He attempted to force his way in but was firmly blocked by a party protocol officer. His supporters then scaled the fence into the secretariat premises as security personnel struggled to maintain order. As you may know, the PDP has been embroiled in a fresh leadership crisis as both Senator Samuel Anyanwu and Mr. Ude Okoye lay claim to the position of the National Secretary. In December 2024, the Court of Appeal ruled that Mr. Ude Okoye should replace Senator Anyanwu as the PDP National Secretary, but Senator Anyanwu said he appealed the judgment and also filed for a stay of execution at the Supreme Court the same day the appeal court delivered the verdict in favor of Mr. Ude Okoye. Now to Rivers State, where the police command say 2 suspected child traffickers who collaborated with members of a local vigilante group, OSPAC, to traffic children have been arrested and the 2 children rescued. Spokesperson of the command, Grace Iringa Koko, in a statement said the suspects are Ugochukwu Onyebuchi. SP Iringa Koko said the suspect conspired to defraud Juliet Blossom and Esther Michael under the pretense of facilitating baby adoptions. She said the suspects confessed during interrogation and are still in police custody. She said efforts are ongoing to identify and apprehend other syndicate members, including the implicated OSPAC members. Away from that, some traders who say they are the original shop owners at Rumuwoji Mile 1 Market in Port Harcourt who lost their shops in the 2013 fire outbreak say they have won a legal battle over ownership. The leader of Phase 2 shop owners at the market, Princess Georgeville, told correspondent Emeka Otuka that the State High Court in Port Harcourt, presided over by Justice L. Nyode, ruled in their favor as the original shop owners.
A judgment was passed, and that was on Monday specifically. So the judgment that was passed was in our favor, that the shops will be granted to the original shop owners only, and we're happy about it. Market will now be opened now. It will open as soon as any moment from now. You see that process going on. It will be open to shop owners. So now it's strictly for those that were there originally, that were selling before the fire disaster. So they are the ones that the judge himself has granted according to the settlement plan, according to the plan of His Excellency, our Governor Sim.
As the judge will also said, Governor Siminalayi Fubara has acknowledged that the shops were originally owned by individuals before the fire and has assured that they will be returned to their rightful owners.
The present sitting governor, His Excellency Sim Fubara, he accepted to settle with us, and it was paramount here now. He recognized that the place belongs to people before. As in, people were there. It's not a plain land. It was a market being used by people. The same market that bought in the phase one is the same market that is still phase two. Just that they built it in phases. So when the second phase is finished, they didn't give the rightful people, they instead balloted it. So that's why we went to court. And our governor at the moment decided to settle with us and settled rightly.
In another development, an agronomist, Joseph Oluchukwu, has called for deliberate agricultural measures in addressing the increase in the cost of food items. Professor Oluchukwu, a lecturer at the Department of Crop and Soil Sciences, was reacting to the sale of 50 kg bags of rice to federal civil servants at 40,000 naira. He said such sales would be meaningless if Nigerians do not return to farming. On his part, an economist, Boma Tubotamuno, said the ratio of federal workers when compared to the nation's overall population does not reflect a genuine will by the federal government to solve food price hike. Some federal civil servants also shared opinions about the quality of the rice. As part of events to commemorate the 50th birthday of Governor Siminalayi Fubara, the wife of the chairman of Ikwerre local government area, Udo Israel Abosi, led other women to donate food items, toiletries, and many other items worth millions of naira to Our Lady Mother Perpetual Orphanage Home for children and less privileged in Omagwa. Addressing journalists after the donation, Mrs. Israel Abosi said the visit and donation to the orphanage is their own way of encouraging the governor to continue with his good work for the people of Rivers State.
It's a celebration mood, and we are asked to feed the need. And through the governor Siminalayi Fubara, that is why we are here to help the poor. We say may they continue to live in peace, love, unity. And I will also say they are doing a good job. They should continue with the good job they have been doing here. And I also say the governor should continue his good works of development the way he has been doing. I say may God bless him for all he has been doing for this country and for the nation. My message to the local government is that they should always stand united, as they have always been standing united.
Also, the vice chairman of Ikwerre local government area, Innocencia Chima Peter, also spoke.
The Rivers Women Unite for SIM went down to their various LGAs to celebrate the governor. So this is a way of our own celebration in Ikwerre LGA. We party and rejoice with the children, on behalf of our governor, Siminalayi Fubara. They will use today as a medium, to reach out to the needy, reach out to our people. So this is a day of exercising peace, coming together in unity as one. We have never segregated.
The head of the orphanage, Ngozi Obiezani, prayed God to continue to endow the governor the wisdom to continue to pilot the affairs of the state. The entourage had former permanent secretary Josephine Chukwuigwe and several notable women from Ikwerre local government area in attendance. Still to come, Nigeria Airlines to suspend domestic flight operations over landing mishap in Kano State. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the rest of the news. The Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has announced that Max Air will suspend its domestic flight operations for 3 months. A statement today by NCAA's Director of Consumer Protection and Public Affairs, Michael Achimogu, said the suspension will take effect from midnight, January 31, to allow for an internal appraisal of its operations by its management. Meanwhile, the sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, River State Command, Umo Iyang, has cautioned motorists against patronizing unregistered driver's license centers to avoid issues with unverifiable licenses. His comment follows complaints by motorists that driver's licenses issued at the FRSC offices could not be verified on their websites. In an interview with correspondent Emeka Otoka, Mr. Iyang said there are only 5 registered centers in the state. He explained that the issuance process takes up to 2 months after biometric capture, but applicants can legally drive with a temporary license for 60 days while awaiting the permanent one.
If you have done your driver license at the correct place, go to the driver license center to lose your license. But in the case of God, we have about 4 driver license centers within Port Harcourt area. If I have negative one, it's there, qualified. So anybody can walk down there and get your license renewed or do your full license. If you have issue, you go back there and resolve the issue. I don't encourage anybody to do driver license to anybody. If you talk about how long, the driver license, as soon as you are captured, they give you a temporary driver license that will last for 60 days. Within that 60 days, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 1 month, you'll get main license. If there are technical issues, it may delay.
Moving on, the Director, Center for Gender Conflict and Development Studies at the University of Port Harcourt, Hilman Sirimwalu, has tasked parents to promote gender equality among children. Professor Sirimwalu, who is also the team lead of Gender Equality Policy Project, spoke at a conference organized by Uniport in partnership with Bournemouth University.
When you tune it, there are boys that their flair is so much in the area of cooking. The girls, they are interested in playing ball. But because of the cultural constraints, say, you sit down, you don't play ball and all that and all that. So each person has different capacity and capability. Give them the opportunity and allow them to express themselves so that you'll be able to know what area they are best suited and then use them to serve humanity.
On his part, the project manager, Olufemi Adeshope, reiterated the need for gender equality in institutions.
In the tertiary educational systems, we want to make gender equality issues as robust as it should be. We want to make inclusivity-related issues to be as dynamic as it should be. We want to dispel the issue of cultural matters as it affects the gender. Because every time we talk about gender, everybody knows and sees it as a cultural thing. And that is what is bedeviling the progress of gender equality. So, as much as possible, what this theme suggests is let's work together, let's advance the cause of gender equality.
The principal investigator from Bournemouth University, Anthony Ezenwa, and communication manager of the project, Emily God's Presence, also spoke.
Gender issue is a personal thing, it's a mindset. The mindset issue here has to do with individuals, either male or female. So if you imbibe the mindset that you are disadvantaged in any form, that is your own impediment, and potentially that would determine where you are going from here.
We're hoping that at the end of the day, we will have a policy statement that will address issues of gender inequality in the university community. You know, we've been having issues of sexual harassment, sex for grade and all. If you look at the top positions, managerial positions, administrative positions at the University of Port Harcourt, majority of them are occupied by a certain gender. Can't we have a female VC? What's wrong with that?
Members of the Mbo royal family in Rumuche community in Emohua local government area of River State have staged a protest against the former chairman of Council of Traditional Rulers, Honor Sergeant Awuse, over alleged forceful acquisition of their land property situated along Kalabari-Emoha route. The aggrieved members, who carry placards with different inscriptions like Sergeant Awuse, "Leave our land alone, our stool is not for sale," amongst others, claimed the alleged forceful acquisition of the farmland has caused them hunger and hardship. A representative of the women, Ugonda Samuel Urie, and that of chiefs and elders, Nwosu Okachuku, spoke to newsmen.
Everything where we plant for ground, the man just came suddenly, removed everything. As you are seeing us now, we are facing hunger. We no sell, we never even bargain with him one day because one he no come from the royal family. Then he just can't take away what belongs to us. Nobody give to them. If we give to them, at least know how we go give them C of O to make sure that the land belongs to him. Make government come and assist us and then give us what belongs to us.
And this land belongs to Mbo family. So we are marveled why somebody is building or constructing fences all over, claiming the land. We are not ready for fight. But today, we have made up our mind to let the government, because we have written several times to the commissioners of police and other areas, no any action.
On his part, one of the leaders of the protest from the Mbo royal family, Adum Chinanu, said the protest is aimed at drawing the attention of President Bola Tinubu, Governor Fubara, Emoho Council Chairman David Omereji over the alleged injustice done to them.
This level of impunity cannot be seen anywhere. We've conducted ourselves because we are peace-loving Nigerians. We've gone to court on this matter. The matter before the court had issued an interim injunction restraining all parties to stay away from the said land. So it's painful. We won't take it. So we're appealing to the governor and all relevant authorities in the country to tell him to sheath his sword. We don't want crisis. We want to be law-abiding. We want to remain peaceful until this matter is determined in court.
Our correspondent reports that the protesters later took their protest to the Rivers State Government House to hand over their protest letter to the governor. When contacted, the press officer of Honor, Sergeant Awuse Chimzuroke Newman, described the allegations as baseless and false. He insists the protest is politically motivated and aimed at causing a crisis in the area, especially now that King Awuse is not in the country. The news continues after the break. Welcome back. On the international scene, the Democratic Republic of Congo's President Felix Tshisekedi will not take part in regionally brokered talks aimed at ending the rebel assault on the key eastern city of Goma. Kenyan leader William Ruto invited President Tshisekedi and his Rwandan counterpart Paul Kagame to a virtual summit later today, as corpses lay on the streets of Goma following heavy fighting. Neighboring Rwanda is accused of backing the M23 rebel group, which has taken over much of the city, including its airport. On the news this evening, you heard there was chaos at the PDP Secretariat in Abuja as supporters clashed over the National Secretary seat. Police have arrested 2 suspected child traffickers in Rivers State. An expert warned that the federal government rice sales would not solve food crisis. A Nigerian airline will suspend domestic flight operations over landing mishap in Kano State. And on the foreign scene, Congolese president has snubbed peace talks over Goma crisis. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.